Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today EPD just filed an 8K and I'm seeing a significant cash generation event that needs unpacking. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company has been busy selling Bitcoin to raise cash, and today's filing tells us exactly how that played out and what they plan to do with it. Empery Digital Incorporated, ticker MT, is a company that has been very active in the cryptocurrency space, primarily using Bitcoin as a way to generate cash. They recently filed a Form 8K, which is a report for significant events that happen between their regular quarterly or annual reports. This filing gives us a snapshot of their financial activities, specifically around their Bitcoin sales. So, what have they been doing since early May? Empery Digital has sold a substantial amount of Bitcoin, specifically 1,400 Bitcoin. They got an average price of $62,200 for each Bitcoin. This activity brought in about $87.1 million in cash. That is a big chunk of money, and it is important to understand why they needed it and what they are doing with it. Selling crypto to fund operations or specific projects is a strategy some companies use, and today's filing details their execution of this strategy. Now, let's break down where that $87.1 million is going. First off, they used $10 million to pay down some of their existing debt on the 7th of July. That is a good sign, as reducing debt can improve a company's financial health and lower interest payments. Second, this cash is intended to fund a property acquisition that they've talked about before. This means they are likely expanding their physical footprint or acquiring assets related to their business. The final piece of the puzzle is that the remaining cash will cover increased legal costs for an ongoing lawsuit involving their stockholders. They also mentioned that some of this money will go towards their regular operations, so managing day-to-day expenses is also factored in. Looking at their current financial picture as of the 10th of July, Empery Digital still holds 1,514 Bitcoin, which is a significant amount. They also have approximately $73.9 million in cash sitting in their bank accounts. On the debt side, they still owe $45 million on their debt facility. This gives us a clearer view of their liquidity and ongoing financial obligations. It looks like they've managed to move from a large Bitcoin holding to a mix of Bitcoin, cash, and reduced debt, while also preparing for future expenses. When I look at a filing like this, my primary focus is always on how the company is managing its cash and its strategic direction. Empery Digital's recent Bitcoin sales are a clear indication of their strategy to convert crypto assets into usable currency for operations, debt reduction, and expansion. The fact that they are using these proceeds to pay down debt and fund a property acquisition suggests a move towards solidifying their operational base and potentially growing their business through tangible assets. However, the mention of elevated legal expenses associated with the ongoing defense of the stockholder litigation is a significant flag. Lawsuits can be costly and unpredictable, and a substantial drain on resources. While the company is using cash to manage this, it is a risk that could impact future profitability and strategic flexibility. Historically, companies facing significant shareholder litigation have seen their growth hampered, and in some cases this can lead to financial distress if not managed carefully. For instance, I recall the trajectory of Bed Bath & Beyond. While the situation was different, ongoing legal challenges were a significant factor in their eventual struggle. What I am actually looking for is how effectively they can complete this property acquisition, and how quickly they can resolve or mitigate the impact of the stockholder litigation. The balance between these strategic initiatives and ongoing operational and legal costs will be key to Empery Digital's future success. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives.